Hey guys, J-Man here, broken finger and all. Continuing on, making it through. Not going to miss a live stream just because of broken finger. Come on. Especially not with the Stream Elements robot in the chat. Come on, guys. All right, we got an hour to kill. So let's do it. Right after this, I'm going to be on the Action Elite. So make sure you're signed up and subscribed to the Action Elite because we're going to be talking about Sisu, which is that Finnish movie. Not Big Finish, not Finish Line, but Finland. It's about a movie about a guy, or it's a movie about a guy who's crazy and kills a bunch of Yahtzee players. He does it in kind of cool ways. Can't say the N word. Can't say any N words on here. There's two N words you can't say on here. So we're not going to kill too much time doing other stuff. I'll put the link to Action Elite is actually in my description of this video. Plus, it's in the description of all my videos. I put in the chat right now. So if you're not subscribed to them, check it out. That's my buddy Owen. He runs an action website. It's very popular. Like, he actually gets paid. So unlike me, who gets nothing. Well, actually, no, I have Patreon, patreon.com/jman77. The link is in the chat, in the description. I do have 6 patrons right now, so I appreciate them. That's awesome. So that's great. I've been posting. I try to do at least 4 or 5 exclusive or at least early access videos per week. I think I did 4 or 5 already, so I think I'm done for this week because there's so a lot going on. But all right, we're not going to kill too much more time. We're going to get going. Hello.
Hello. Well, at least we're talking about the weekly women in wrestling, so it's not like we're going to go on for hours about it.
Yeah, this despite there being an NXT pay-per-view, this is kind of a short a short one. Yeah, short week, guys. Let's say hi to Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Just here all the time. Thank you, Brian. I was just about to I just before going on, I noticed that I had to replace the bandages on my finger, and this is the first time we're doing it, and it's really it's tough, and my finger's hurting a bit now.
Yeah, so, you never realize how much you need your fingers until you break one, and then it's like, how do I maneuver with the other fingers? Like, when you said it was the index finger, I went, holy shit, because I don't know. Like, I feel like if I lost a baby one, I'd be able to do stuff, but like, you use the index fingers for so much.
Yeah, mouse clicking. So it's like I'm doing so now right clicking is with the same finger, like right and left. And you can't type because this is your starting position. You basically start with this and you start going.
Home row, man.
Home row, type. I can't type.
Nope.
And I've we're slammed at work, and I lost my mind a bit because there's only 2 of us doing my job. One guy's going to be on vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the day he goes on vacation, that day I will be at the hospital again, getting more x-rays and more tests and seeing the surgeon to see what's going on. So right off the bat, we're already going to be behind. And they just send stuff. It's so complicated and confusing that I'm like, I'm going to not do it until you send it. Like, I don't care. They can just let me go, I guess. I don't know. So I kind of lost my shit on everybody today because they just keep sending garbage. So anyway, all right, enough of that. Let's get into it. SmackDown. My notes are awful because you can't write either.
No, that's the problem. So you're probably going to take some time to decipher what you actually wrote.
Yeah, I wrote SmackDown with my left hand. Hey Joe, how's it going? By the time it's 2 months to heal. By the time 2 months are up, I'm going to be an expert with my left hand. I'm doing everything with my left hand right now. It's really crazy. Like, you can't shower because you can't get this wet. It needs to be dry. So I have a Ziploc bag around my hand. Oh,
you got the Ziploc bag.
Right, and then tape it up. So it's
oh, shit.
But you can't wash properly, right? So it's like I'm getting really good with my left hand. The good news is that this left hand is the one that I have my shoulder up and can't really lift. So
so that's really good news.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, that's not good news. That's the opposite of good news. Anyway, I figured out what it was. It was this thing. That's why the armrest is up. For some reason, it's too high for me on this side.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when I sit at home, I sit on the couch with my arm here. So it's just too much. I've just put this up. So now it's always down. It's actually in like 2 days. It's like 50% better. It's unbelievable.
Awesome.
Just that one thing.
Just the one fix.
The one fix. Hack. One hack and it's good. So, all right. We had Bianca. I think this is Bianca. I guess Chelsea and Sonya were interviewing, or they came and interrupted her. And then Charlotte came in.
Yeah, Charlotte was actually really funny because she was standing there because they were talking about her, and then they were disrespecting her, and Bianca's like, "Don't disrespect her," and Charlotte was apparently standing there all the time. Good evening, Joe.
Jay, fight back. Unfortunately, as soon as I see any of the bloodline, I immediately fast forward. I've seen nothing. I don't care what they're saying. Did he always have that necklace? It looks like I'm watching an anime called Inuyasha, and Kagome, who there's a spell put on this necklace that they put it on Inuyasha. So when she says sit, he falls. He's a dog. He's like a dog demon thing. He's a great character. So she says sit, and then he has to. So I'm like, it looks like that thing. I'm like, I don't know. It looks like the necklace that Roman's using. I'm wondering if it is actually from that. But I'm like, what is this? I don't care at all. Like literally, don't care. We'll talk about it if there's time. We'll talk about it if there's time. But yeah, I fast forward all of it. So yeah, so Charlotte was pretty funny. She's standing. It's the whole she's standing right behind me joke.
Yeah.
I guess they had the complaint. They just say complaint department. I don't get it. But Charlotte and Chelsea, I don't understand. This sucked. Like the tag team match.
Yeah.
Like they should have got disqualified and had the complaint department win. Like Chelsea got pinned. It's like, I understand they can't have Chelsea or Sonya beat Charlotte or Bianca. Yeah, so have it be a disqualification, like the two of them start fighting each other, and then Sonya comes in to do something and Charlotte just hits her with a chair or something, and it's like, oh, DQ. Like, I don't.
Yeah, example number 148: how the WWE continues to devalue the tag team championships. They have them win, and then they lose the next match immediately to a team that formed 2 minutes ago, and two participants hate each other.
Right.
Yeah. I will admit, Charlotte was doing some interesting stuff with her legs. I haven't seen her do anything where she was like flipping people around through her legs and like doing all that stuff. I'm
not saying the match sucks. I'm saying the outcome is crap.
Yeah, the outcome was crap.
It just deflates everything.
Charlotte Flair does not get enough credit, I think, for how she continues to excel in the ring, especially considering that not a lot of women excel in the ring. But I'm
just taking some pain meds. I'm going to take away my camera.
Okay. While J-Man pops some pills. So yeah, it's. I
just don't want to do it on camera. That's going to be.
Yeah, I know it's going to be weird.
It'll say I'm using medicine or something.
Yeah, you're
promoting whatever
drugs on your channel,
right?
But I will say that it was a odd match. It's basically again throwing away the tag team champs to continue the Bianca Charlotte storyline for no reason. Right. I don't know. I just went okay, they beat up the two. I was not a fan of them putting this on this tag team, the championship, not because I don't like the tag team, but because of how they've been used to this point.
Yeah, so did Charlotte and Bianca win the belts?
Nope.
But they got pinned. They pinned them.
Yeah, they got pinned. I know.
This is what I'm saying. This is stupidness. I don't know what's going on here. Just do it a disqualification. The tag champs remain the champs. And no one loses any kind of like value or whatever. It's like, this is just some crap. I don't understand what they're doing. It is devaluing. Oh, the tag champions, So what's the point of even having? Just get rid of it then.
Yeah, I feel like they gave him tag team championships because the women probably were saying, because the same thing. Women didn't get a Royal Rumble, now they have a Royal Rumble. Women didn't have two champs, now they have two champs.
Well, they should
Women
have the two
have
champs.
tag team champs, now they have tag team champs. But I feel like Vince McMahon only goes so far,
Right.
and then he starts to pay lip service, which I feel is what he does, right? He's paying lip service. He's like, yeah, I'll give you tag team championships. They won't do anything. They won't mean anything. But here you go. Here's 2 belts.
Here, wear 2 belts. Keep your pants up.
We were going to recycle them, but now, we realize we can sell this as merchandise, and you two can wear, you're the tag team championships. You won't defend it hardly. And if you do, you'll, if you do every, twice a year, you'll probably lose one of those matches and probably won't be tag champs in 6 months. Right. But you'll be tag team champs for 6 months, because in the WWE, we strongly believe, unless your name is Seth Rollins, you do not defend the belt except for every other month, or in Roman Reigns' case, every other year.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was all a bunch of garbage. We had Bayley and Io. We had that stuff with Shotzi and putting the note and all that.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm glad they're at least doing something with Shotzi, and Bayley's a good person to play that off of, because she's very good with the facial reactions and everything. And then Asuka showed up, and then she and Io spoke half in Japanese, half in English, and basically what I got from it is Io's like, I'm going to cash in on you on SummerSlam, and Asuka's like, no, you aren't. And I just say I am actually more entertained with the whole Bianca Charlotte dynamic than the idea of Io Sky cashing in on Asuka. I have absolutely, here's the thing with the Money in the Bank stuff. Same with Damian Priest. I have zero interest in them cashing in. Zero. I don't care about either of them. This was a bad Money in the Bank for me. I don't care about either. You should have had LA Knight win, and you should have had Becky win, in my opinion.
Yeah. Call him Mr. Peppers.
Oh.
Yeah, she's got strong legs.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yes.
Yeah, Gunther defends a lot, man. That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but Alpha Academy is like my favorite thing.
Alpha Academy is so good now. I don't know. I think it's just, you had to make them faces. That's strangely enough, you have to make them faces.
Yeah, it was so good. And Gunther coming, he's like, look at you losers and all that. All right, so NXT. Or we could talk about, so they were on Family Feud.
They were.
I don't know if you watched, if you got a chance to watch it.
Yes.
I watched it. The women were kicking ass in the first 2 rounds, and they just got smoked after that. But Family Feud has, I don't like game shows. I don't watch it. I don't like game shows that have absolutely zero skill whatsoever.
Yes.
Like, they always ask you something at the end, which is a number. Like, what would you rate from 1 to 10 something? Just say 7.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just say 7. And if it's like, okay, 8. Like, if the guy before, if you and I went on and you said 7 and it's like, try again, I'll say 8. Like, it's so, and like, they asked the question, like, if Steve Harvey was single, who would you have, or who would you set him up with?
Female celebrity would you hook
up
with?
This is what the real question is. The real question is, name a black female. Right? Because there's no, like, what do you mean? Who would you set him up? Like, am I supposed to know Steve Harvey's interests and then think of a celebrity who's like, they're like Beyonce? It's like, right. Yeah, that's happening.
And the problem is that every answer I heard was like, yeah, okay. Because
the question is, name a black female celebrity. Yeah. That's it. That's the question. Like, it has nothing, the question has nothing to do with the question. They always ask questions, but it really has nothing to do with what it is.
The only thing that entertains me is Steve Harvey's facial expressions.
Yeah, So I mean, like so it was Becky, Liv,
Natalia,
Natalia, Alexa,
Bailey,
and Bailey. Yeah, and I mean, it's a good. Mix. They had a good like mix.
Natalia
I
was
mean, like,
awesome, man, in her thigh-high boots. I was like, woo!
yeah, I know. One part of her reached the podium before the rest of her.
Yes. It took a while for her to reach, all of her
It's
to
just
reach.
like, okay, what's the rest of her coming? Oh, there you go. So yes. But I mean, I just like, anyways, it was fun to watch. You know, the
Yeah,
men's team was super boring. It's like,
yeah, I mean, I like Big E. His facial expressions are hilarious, and I like carrying Kofi Kingston up to the podium, because he had surgery on his ankle the month before. I think that was funny, but yeah, there wasn't a lot of charisma. I mean, Seth Rollins was basically Seth Rollins, right? Like, he was very animated, but I don't know. I was rooting for the women to win. I would have liked to have seen who they put in Fast Money, because Alexa really didn't get a shot. You know, but all the ladies look good, so at least there was that. But yeah, it was whatever. I have no interest in. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I don't really have interest in Family Feud. It's a fun game, but you don't need skill. Mount Tushmore.
like, see, I don't like that. There's it's like Deal or No Deal. Like, there's zero skill to it.
No, you just guess.
Like, if I don't know how many cases are on Deal or No Deal. Let's say there's
50.
25 or is it 50?
I think no, it's not 50. It's like, it must be 20.
Who cares? There's 30 cases. Which one do you want? Number 30. Okay. Now what do you want? Now you have to open up 5 cases. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No deal. Okay, I'll open up 3 more. 6, 7, 8. No deal. I don't even need to play it. Like,
you're playing it now.
I'm playing it now. This is the entire game. And then it's like, okay, last one. Do you want to trade it in? Yes. You always trade it in if yours was a lower one. You always trade it in because there's a better chance. Like, if there's like 10 doors and the prize is behind one door, and you chose, let's say you chose this green one to make it easy, this finger, and you're like, okay. And then as they open doors, no, it's on in this one. 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 No. Let's say, so now you're like, it's between these two. You should, and they always ask you, do you want to switch? Do you want to take this one and give this one back? You should always switch, because when you first started, it was a 1 in 10 chance of getting it right.
Yeah, 1 in 2.
Now it's just these two. So you're like, you either got super lucky and picked it on the first one, or it's there. So it's more of a chance that it's here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, here it's like, okay, you had a 1 in 9 chance, 1 in 8, 1 in 7, 1 in 6, right? So it's like, it's better to swap at the very end. Joe Dog, what's going on, dude? Back with your the Defenders, Valkyrie and Namor, man. I got I have an entire Namor shelf. I don't know if you can see it. It's gonna be hard to see. It's right there. And Comic Cap, hey, what's going on? Hey. You saw Sean stole your idea. I'm gonna steal it too. I've got the entire run of Dazzler. I've got the entire run of Punisher War Journal. I'm gonna steal all your Comic Cap Collectibles did a video where he just showed the entire run of a comic series. So then Sean copied that immediately. And then now I'm copying it too. So I was like, there you go. Okay, let's move on to NXT, because we are pressed for time on this stream.
Great American Bash.
We have the Great American Bash, Roxanne versus Blair, whatever her name is. Roxanne's family was there. That was cool.
Yeah, they should have stopped going back to him, because her little sister could not act. Like, she was smiling through half the match. Like, her family is devastated. Her little sister's like, I'm like, she doesn't want.
Oh man, she's a kid. They should never drag. I was thinking that when I was watching. I was like, don't drag the family. The mom wasn't too bad.
The mom was okay. Again,
she tried to
hiding it. She was still smiling, but she was hiding it.
Yeah, like I feel bad when they got the family there. It's like, oh, Rey Mysterio. I guess Rey Mysterio's family's been involved in more of these things.
They're a little bit more seasoned, right?
Yeah, like they were pretty good. But I mean, yeah, whatever. I really like Roxanne Perez. I didn't like her when she started. She has grown on me. I guess It's just it is what it is. I find her she's very likable. Blair Davenport was fine. I mean, there's some good shots like good hits and stuff.
Yeah, they used the weapons well. This crossbody through the table was nice, and the pop rocks was pretty good.
This was a very good pop rocks,
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
This one looked like, oh yeah, that looked good.
That nailed.
So maybe she's just getting better at, like she's just getting better at it now. It was on the chairs though.
It's all in the opponent, right? Because like Blair Davenport still has to flip with her. Mm-hmm. And Blair Davenport impressed me a lot with this match with her execution. She really was hitting well and taking hits well, more or less. So it's always the opponent. If the opponent doesn't have the agility to do the flip with her, it doesn't look as good, right? So,
yep, pop rocks on the chair. So yeah, it was fine. Rhea put the guy through the table or whatever. Dominic, I mean, I'm just mentioning Rhea was involved.
Like Rhea, like this is just. I don't like the WWE men's division is moronic. Whenever you're going into a match with a Judgment Day wrestler, bring a woman with you. It doesn't matter really who it is. Bring a woman, because you're not going to have a man hit a woman. Fine, right? Like we're not,
because they're all chauvinists.
We're not back in the day of China or any of that stuff where women were getting hit by men. Right? We took chair shots from Steve Austin and Triple H. But okay, you're not going to do that. That's fine. I'm not saying to do it. But at least give me a buffer, because now I'm just frigging bored. I actually fast forward all Judgment Day matches now. As soon as I see Rhea come out, I'm like, she's interfering. They're winning next. Boom, 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 boom. I don't care anymore.
Fast forward it as well. I like Rhea Ripley. I think she looks awesome. I love Dominic, man. Dominic's. I like Dirty Dom a lot. I think he's great.
But it's boring. Like the execution, yes, he has. Like the execution is boring.
Right.
Well, they need to do that, Joe, because if she's going to evolve, she's got to get past that fangirl thing and be an actual adult wrestler. But like, the Judgment Day thing, I don't care. I'm not going to watch any of their matches going forward unless it's Rhea Ripley herself. And even then, like Dominic.
Well, they're not going to interfere to help Rhea win. That I don't see that happening. It seems like they're making her like I don't think they're going to have him interfere.
Dominic will not hit them, but he'll jump up on the apron and get in her face and
stuff. I'm okay with that.
Right. But Rhea will actually physically assault every single male wrestler.
Yeah.
And this is exactly like, the reality shows where someone's like, yeah, I'm on your side, and then they vote them out. Eventually, if you're part of that person's alliance, you have to sit there and say, well, I'm going to vote them out. It's the same sort of principle. If you're a male wrestler and I'm watching this kayfabe and I'm a male wrestler and I'm sitting there like, what? Rhea's attacking guys in every Judgment Day match. I'm going out with a woman. I don't want, and that Carl Anderson dude, that guy's a moron in his character. He's going out there and he's like, I'm going to go out against Karrion Kross by myself. He has Scarlett with him. Scarlett interferes. You'll get distracted. He will beat you. I would go out there with Michin.
Yeah.
Every single time.
If we're doing kayfabe and we're like, okay, I'm this person in this world of that is real and here's what's going on, you'd be like, if I'm fighting a Judgment Day person, it's everyone else is banned from ringside.
Yeah, exactly. I go to Pearson.
Or I'm not fighting.
Yeah, I would go to M. Pearson and say, I'm not wrestling unless you ban the entire Judgment Day.
Right.
It's moronic. It's moronic that it's Rhea Ripley because you can't do anything to her. You can't unless you bring a woman out with you. You're going to be interfered with and lose.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah. Love Don Bud Connor dumps for the last couple weeks. Yeah, they're gonna split it up eventually and they'll do something else with it. Undertaker. Everyone loves the Undertaker, that's for sure.
Undertaker, man.
Main roster talent in NXT is making a difference. Yep. All right, that's good.
And Rey Mysterio's coming here next week, so people are jacked for that. It's like, yeah.
All right, Thea and Tiffany. Andre threw the towel in, so I don't know where they're going with this angle. it was kind of a smart thing to say, like, okay, he didn't want Thea to lose, but
it was a smart ending. I think it's a smart thing overall. And this is me loving Chase U.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Well, Tiffany can't lose.
Well, no, Tiffany can't lose. I was curious at how she was going to win because I've never seen her do a submission.
Right.
Thea never submitted, so I like that. But Tiffany won, and I like that. And I like it because you now need – I'm not saying Thea Hale has to turn heel, but you have to think about her young. She's shown a lot.
Right.
What's next for her? Because you can't say Chase U is just a stepping stone. It's just a stepping stone. Like, it's not a thing you can keep up with.
Right,
like,
right.
Chase U's not going to the main roster. Andre Chase and Duke Hudson are both in their mid-30s, I think. Neither one of them is going to the main roster. These are done. Guys who are going to ride it out until the end, basically. Thea Hale has a future.
A chance, yeah.
So if she's got a future, you can't keep her in Chase U. She is going to have to break away. I'm not saying turn her heel.
Right.
She's going to have to break away.
Yeah. Tiffany tapped again. Couldn't tell it was intended. I don't think I think that's just her, like, they were hitting the mat, but she's like, no, I didn't tap or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. So I think what happened was she was just like, oh, like, no, I'm not tapping. Right. So I think it was just like,
it was basically like she was waving her arms around and she happened because even the commentator said, oh, like, I think one guy said she tapped and Booker's like, no. She was just like waving her arms around something.
Okay. My impression of how, if someone's got you in a lock or something, you're supposed to tap them.
Yeah. You're supposed to.
Like, you should be like, okay, I'm tapping it. I'm done. Right? Like, tapping the mat is just like, my arm, you're twisting it's like, oh, you're twisting my arm.
It gets very, like, subjective when they're tapping the mat versus, but the problem is that if we're doing kayfabe, the wrestler is supposed to be saying something like I give or I quit or something.
Yeah, right? They need to do I quit matches.
Yes.
Where it's saying I quit, right? Like, that's I don't like in real MMA, like in UFC, you tap and it's like you're tapping the person. I've never seen anyone tap
a mat.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone tap a mat. I don't this is tough now because I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it. If there's any MMA guys, any UFC guys in the chat, let me know. I think you tap the person. Like, I've never seen anyone tap a mat before. Like, they always tap the person doing the move and then that person lets them go or whatever. All right. So let's move on to Raw. We had Maxine versus Valhalla. And again, she did the voice, Dupree.
Yeah.
It's like Green and Dupree get the high pitch.
I'm not sure because Chelsea the week before, I think. Was it the week before? Yeah. It was the male.
And he said Green, normal.
Normal.
Yeah.
He didn't go Green.
Chelsea Green. Maxine Dupree. Like,
yeah.
What is happening?
I'm not sure why she does that. The match itself, Maxine is very green, obviously. She couldn't do much but arm drags. Like, she basically did what do they call it? An electric chair finish, and it was a little bit like soft because usually there's supposed to be a bit of a snap to it.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't any. She just sort of laid down with Sarah Rowe, aka Valhalla, wrapped around her neck.
Yeah.
But I'm like, sure. It was okay. I think Sarah Rowe helped her a lot because she is actually really good. She's just stuck in a crappy Viking Raider, like, whatever, but she's actually really good. It's okay. Like, it's her first match. I don't think she's been wrestling that long. It is what it is. I'll tell you this, she was a lot better than Ava Raine.
I will say that too. She was a hell of a lot better. So that's pretty dry. Like, considering that, like, you would think Ava Raine would have, a bit more with Rock teaching her stuff or whatever.
I think Rock will be training her a bit more. I think he's
more,
completely like, I don't know. It feels a lot like The Rock is basically turned his back on wrestling, like the WWE and all that. Like,
yeah, he's just like done.
He's done. He's like, I'm a movie star now.
Yeah. Maxine Dupree is the real Barbie.
Yeah.
She's like a real life Barbie. It's like,
oh yeah, she comes.
She's
out
exact.
Yeah.
It's like all right. Then we had, Rhea was out there, and then Raquel actually attacked. That was good.
That was good. I love how Raquel has had managed to overcome the knee injury to the point that she could fly out. She was throwing Rhea around, which is, again, if you want to have Rhea Ripley actually wrestle as a woman instead of wrestling in men's matches all the time or attacking, interfering in men's matches, it's good to remind people that A, she can fight women, and B, that she doesn't dominate all of them, because we were looking very much at a Roman Reigns-esque reign where it's just like she beats everyone whenever she wrestles them, and that's it. So I like the idea of Raquel. She threw her around pretty good. And then Dom, of course, distracted her, and then Rhea took out her leg, and then she was out for 48 years and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you do? We had the Ronda Shayna thing, which we'll leave it because it was in 2 parts, so we'll leave that to the end. We had Bex coming in, talking, Trish, we're going to have a rematch. Zoe can't be there, blah, 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 all this crap. So, that was all funny. It's giving Zoe something to do, unlike the witches, unlike what's her face, Indy Hartwell.
Unlike the partiers or whatever.
What were they? Well, who were those guys?
Katana Chance and Caden Carter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
People.
They're
you completely got them off the roster already.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
They've been erased from existence.
The only thing I have to say about this thing is I like, when Trish lost the mask, I'm like, did she re-break her nose? Because I swear it looked worse this past Monday than the previous one. It was purple again, and I'm like, what the hell happened to her? Did she re-break it? Like, what? It looked weird to me.
Greatest 4 seconds ever.
It was just, it was whatever. I love too how Adam Pearce is like, I'm going to give you home field advantage. You're going to wrestle in Winnipeg. I'm like, no, that's not home field advantage for Trish. Putting her in Canada does not give her home field advantage. Putting her in Toronto gave her home field advantage.
Right.
That's like, I know I'll pick on Joe. I know he's Chicago, and it's like, Joe, you're on home field advantage. You're in LA. It's like, that's not home field advantage.
Yeah, they think Canada's one component. Like, we just walk around, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, all us Canadians know each other and all that, and it's like, yeah.
And realistically, I probably only know about 70% of all Canadians. I don't know if
I guarantee you, J-Man, more Canadians know you than you know Canadians.
Yeah.
It's in the Canadian Criminal Code, eh? Yeah. Like, there's legal precedent setting cases in law.
We don't know any. I don't even know my neighbors.
No.
If there was a police lineup and they said pick your neighbors, I'm like, I don't think I can.
Nope.
And I'm in a condo.
Nope.
All right, let's go in. Let's get into the Ronda Shayna video. It was funny too because I was watching this video. A lot of it's true stuff. They showed photos and footage.
Yeah.
And they are friends. And the thing is, look, I can't like, they're friends, and it's just like I can't like suspend my disbelief to get into the, like, oh yeah, they hate each other. It's like, I don't know. I couldn't. And then the other funny thing was like, they're like, Shayna was like, oh, Ronda's letting us live here for free and all that as long as we spar with her. I'm like, that sounds
fine.
Okay. I don't know. Hey, Keely Chow, what's going on? It looked like Trish took a legit shot from nose. Yeah, she may have. Yes. I'm gonna do my face, and then I'll put the cut, and I would love to animate that. Hello.
That would be hilarious.
Hey everyone, this is Canada. I'm J-Man from Canada, And with me is Stephen from Canada. We love Canada. It's like, oh, Stephen, did you fart? It's like, your fart smells like British tea. We love Canada. I am, that would be the hilarious. I could do it. I could do a good Photoshop and put my head like I'll do. Yeah. And it's got to be a little bit sideways.
Yeah.
My favorite Terrence and Phillip is where the daughter's kidnapped and taken to like Saudi Arabia or something. Like, how will we find? It's like Celine Dion is the wife. He's like, she's like, you have to find our daughter. He's like, okay, let's go to Saudi Arabia. And they're like, Terrence, how will we find your daughter in Saudi Arabia? It's so big. There's so many people. Oh, there she is. He like walked off the plane. How will we find your daughter? Oh, there she is. I don't think people know that Canadians love their depictions.
Yes.
I was crying in the theater, and it's like all the Canadians are exactly the same, and they just have like different patch of hair.
Yes.
It's so funny to me. And the Blame Canada song, it was riot, man. It was so funny. I bought the CD. I've got the South Park Sound CD soundtrack. I'm like, this is a great soundtrack. The Blame Canada song is so funny.
It is funny.
And it's like, it's like, let's not forget, this isn't the first troublesome thing to come out of Canada. Let us not forget Bryan Adams. And the guy's like, he's like, now the Canadian government has apologized on several occasions. Like we keep apologizing.
I loved in Canadian Bacon where Dan Aykroyd, like as the cop, he pushed like he had the thing, and they had all these anti-Canadian slurs on their truck or something. He's like, these are not written in the second official language, which is French. So he made them write it in French.
Yeah. If you're going to insult us, you have to do it in French. Oh shit.
Oh man.
All right. Well, let's take, we got about 15 minutes. Let's go down to NXT. Wrap this sucker up.
Just quickly on the Shayna and Ronda thing.
Oh yeah, Shayna thing. Sorry. Yeah. It sounds okay. So let's go. Shayna, she's like, oh, I live for free. That sounds good. I don't. Yeah. You're like what?
I was a little bit lost on that, but I think overall the promos were good because they haven't really established themselves as characters outside of who they are.
Right.
So I think that this whole thing felt a little bit better and played a little bit better because we were talking about people who had experienced this and who we knew had experienced this. So it came across like verisimilitude wise very well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with that. All right. We had JC. I'm going to finish what I started, blah, blah, blah. Yep. And then what was it even? It was like sort of a match. Lyra won. I like Lyra Valkyria.
Lyra kicked her ass. I'm glad that this is the first time the kick looked good.
Yes,
first time.
It looked really good.
Yeah.
And I thought, it was so funny. I actually didn't think it was the kick. Like I was like, oh, that looked really good. I'm like, oh shit, that was the kick. I'm like, yeah, that looked good. I'm like, because like I'm used to it not looking good.
Yeah.
So that when it looked good, I didn't realize it wasn't the move. I'm like, oh, she gave her a pretty good kick there. I'm like, oh yeah, kick. That's her thing. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I forgot.
But she finished with the splash, which I think is a better move for her. Anyway.
It's better. Yeah, just use that. So we had the Thea Hale interview. Oh, you threw in the towel and da-da-da. So I don't know if that's going to lead to her, like some tension.
Yeah, Thea had no juice this week, man. She was very dejected. She had no energy.
Yeah, she's doing her character good. Like now she's like, oh, I'm not as hyped. Then we had Feroce and Leon, whatever her name is, versus Elektra Lopez and Lola Vice.
So they actually had the pre-show had Feroce and Leon as well in the 8-person tag against Metaphor. And this is the best I've seen either of them look, because usually they're just getting jobbed like they did zero offense. I'm actually impressed that they're looking better. Well, they did job again this one. This Lola Vice looked really good.
That spin kick and stuff.
Yeah, that spin kick looked hellacious. I was like very impressed with it.
That looked really good.
I'm excited for this team. I think it's going to be a very good team.
Not for sure.
Because as soon as
I like Elektra Lopez too. So.
Oh yeah, she is amazing. I like both of these ladies a lot. I mean, Leon and Froyce are okay. They're very generic to me. I don't really care about them, but like
I can't get into them. That's the thing.
Yeah, like the other two, Vice and Lopez, I think have a lot of potential.
Yeah, they're pretty good. All right, then we had Dana. She's like, I'm badass now, and you should be a badass too. It's like,
and all that,
yeah, sure. We had Roxanne.
Dana Brooke. She hasn't exactly done much.
Yeah. We had Roxanne coming home to the hotel and showing the the Comic-Con footage and
Blair the Dream Con where she fought Blair Davenport in front of people.
And the last thing was Cora leaves the locker room all pissy. I don't understand.
Yeah, she was all upset. She's like, "Oh, I'm done with NXT." I'm like, "Okay, is it vacation time? I don't understand what's going on."
I'm done with NXT. I need to go to the Bahamas, and I'll think about it. And in 2 weeks, I'll be back.
Yeah. Coincidentally, her boyfriend also wasn't on, so there you go.
Oh, which one's her boyfriend?
Ron Breaker.
Oh, there you go. They're like, yeah, we're both gonna go on vacation now. As mentioned, Thea throwing in the towel.
Yeah. That was good. They're doing well with the Thea Hale character.
Yeah, I like that.
I did like her throwing in the towel, and then then the referee threw it back at her. Like, right. What are you doing?
All right, so let's do the so SummerSlam is that this weekend?
Yes, it is.
All right, so our poll says we've got 50%. So we actually have 6 votes. We've got 50% is Asuka, so 3 votes for Asuka, 2 for Charlotte, 1 for Bianca. So who do you think?
I have to say Asuka.
I think Asuka as well. What other is that it for the matches for the women?
I think there's no. It's Shayna and Ronda.
Oh, Shayna. Oh, we know Shayna's winning that.
Yeah, Shayna's got to win that one.
That's no question because Ronda's putting her over to leave.
Yeah, I think there'd be no point to this entire thing if she just loses. Like she would lose all momentum, and Ronda's leaving, so that would be like. Incredible.
Unless Ronda's not leaving yet.
I kind of feel she probably is, though.
I think so too because they really fast tracked this.
Yeah, and if
I feel like
yep, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Did we miss a match?
No. Well, we have we go through all matches. So we have the SummerSlam Battle Royal. I don't know all the participants, but I'm guessing if LA Knight doesn't win, there might be riots. I have no idea.
Yeah, LA Knight's the best. Yeah, so he has to win that.
Gunther versus McIntyre. I think it's got to be Gunther. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricochet versus Logan Paul. I really, really, really don't care. I really, really don't care. Like it's sickening how much I don't care. I'm going to say Logan Paul just because he loses all the time and he has to win occasionally. And it's against Ricochet, so he's not losing a lot. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. It's going to be Roman Reigns. I don't think there's any doubt about that one.
Yep, Roman's winning.
Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. It's going to be Seth. And then Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Well, I would be extremely surprised if Cody loses this match.
Yeah, I would be surprised too.
It has to be Cody because otherwise, again,
like, what is this guy? He just loses every time now.
What momentum? Like this is where. Who would you say are the top 3 faces in the WWE?
I guess Rhodes, freaking Rollins, and
LA Knight.
LA Knight, yeah. Those
are the 3 who get the reaction, the biggest pops.
And when he was talking, and then the Brutes came in,
and
they're like banger after banger, nobody cheered.
No,
but he just says because everybody's like they just say it. He just directs them, right?
Yeah,
and they say and they say all the time, right? They're like And it's
Yeah.
like, so
That-
that I don't know.
That guy has like ridiculously gotten over. Like
Yeah,
it is.
he's over.
Him, Rollins, and Cody are the three top.
The three, yeah. They chant their thing all the time. Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us. Actually, this is so hop on. We're going to be on in about 5-10 minutes. Hop on. We're going to be talking about Sisu. It's a great like action movie. A lot of good battles and a lot of good gore and all that too.
Crazy, man.
So we're going to talk about it. Actually, I mean, the website's like on fire. Like, I mean, Owen has met like Dolph Lundgren, Tony Jaa, like Donnie Yen, Michael Jai White. Like, it's like the list is endless.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude, yeah, JCVD, right?
The bigger question is who hasn't he met? And I think,
right. I think like maybe Stallone is the only one or something like out of
Stallone? That might be it.
That might be it.
He met Schwarzenegger.
I think he has, yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is it. So make sure you're joining us there. And then this Monday, Legion Talk, our favorite live stream. Everyone loves the Legion. So I should call it that. Everyone loves the Legion. But no, I call it Legion live stream just to make it easy. So that's on Monday. Friday, I don't have a topic yet. And we might do some 90s comics. Haven't done that in a while. But next Friday, we're going to do RoboCop versus Total Recall. I can't friggin' wait. It's gonna be so hard, but it's gonna be so good to do that. So that's gonna be in 2 weeks, not this Friday. But all right, thank you. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.